The beggar's greatest wish. A man named Bartimaeus lived 2,000 years ago. His little house with just one room was down in Jericho. He woke one bright spring morning when he heard the rooster crow. Outside his window, flowers raised their bright heads, one by one, and looked up at the sky of blue to greet the smiling sun. The trees were lazy, dressed for spring. Birds hopped upon the soft new grass. The world looked bright and clean. The world to Bartimaeus looked as black could be. His eyes were blind. The darkness was all he could ever see. If only I could see, he thought, as other people do. This was his dream, his greatest wish. But how could it come true? Now Bartimaeus kneeled beside the bed and said his prayer. He rose. He felt that the table top and found that it was bare. No food, he said. No food at all. No tiny crust of bread. Poor Bartimaeus couldn't work. He had to beg instead. He put on his old ragged coat, went out that cool spring day. Tap, tap, his cane went on the street. It helped him find his way. She shuffled on until at last he reached the city gate. Perhaps some passerby would toss him coins so he could eat. He sat down right outside the gate. His cane lay at his side. Please help the blind. Oh, help the blind, poor Bartimaeus cried. Some people hurried right on by with just a glance his way. We have no time to bother with a beggar, not today. Some spit at him and shouted out, "Be quiet! Hush, blind fool!" Although the day he pleaded help, the crowd was harsh and cruel. A rich man in a chariot drove by. "Oh dear," he sighed, "to see such poor men makes me feel a wee bit sick inside." A sorry sight. This man needs help. He tossed a coin before he hurried on. He thought, "I've done my share to help the poor. God must be pleased and surely can't expect me to do more." Blind Bartimaeus pulled his rags around him, looking sad. He shivered. Night was drawing near. 1 coin was all he had. Then Bartimaeus heard a rush of noise. What could it be? A crowd, and it was coming near. If only he could see this crowd. What is it all about? Please tell me, please, he cried. They follow one named Jesus, sir. A lad close by replied. What? Jesus going by? Right now? He cried. How can it be? The one who heals the sick? God's Son? Why, he could make me see. The noise grew louder. How could he be heard in such a crowd? Oh, Jesus, Lord, have mercy on me, please, he cried out loud. He must make sure that Jesus sees him here. He must somehow have mercy on me, Jesus, Lord, he called out louder. Keep still, blind beggar, people snapped, as cross as they could be. But he kept calling louder and still, oh, Jesus, suddenly. The noise stopped, and a gentle voice said, Bring him here to me. Now people said, We'll help you, friend. Cheer up. He's calling you. Blind Bartimaeus jumped right up. Some helped him as he threw his ragged coat aside and went to Jesus eagerly. Why do you want me? Jesus asked. He said, I want to see. How sorry Jesus must have felt for one so poor and blind. He touched his eyes. See, Jesus said. His voice was soft and kind. The blind man opened his eyes. He saw a wondrous sight, the smiling face of Jesus, and he cried out in delight, I see! It's true! Oh, thank you, Lord! The people watched, amazed. Your faith has healed you, Jesus said. The crowd said, God be praised! Then Bartimaeus, following the Master joyfully, told everyone, I once was blind, but Jesus made me see. I know that he can help you too. If he did this for me,